Hello, legal professionals and students. Welcome back to Legal Dwar. Today we'll explore the About IV, residential status and basis of charge where you live matters. But before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest updates. Determinants of residential status, criteria for categorizing residential status. In the Indian tax landscape, an individual's residential status plays a pivotal role in determining their tax obligations. The criteria for categorizing residential status include physical presence. The number of days an individual stays in India during a financial year is a crucial factor. Different categories, such as resident, non-resident, and resident but not ordinarily resident, are determined based on the duration of stay. Indian resident and global income. Individuals who qualify as Indian residents are taxed on their global income. Understanding the conditions that define this status is essential for accurate tax assessment. Business or employment in India. Individuals engaged in business or employment in India have specific criteria to determine their residential status. This includes considerations like the place of business or employment, implications for tax liability. The determination of residential status directly influences an individual's tax liability. The implications include tax on global income. Residents are liable to pay tax on their global income, which includes income earned both in India and abroad. Non-residents are taxed only on income earned in India. Tax slabs and rates. Different tax slabs and rates apply to residents and non-residents. Understanding one's residential status is fundamental for accurate tax calculation. Aid in tax planning. Knowledge of residential status aids in effective tax planning. It allows individuals to structure their income and investments in a tax-efficient manner. Examples of residential status scenarios. Frequent business traveler. Scenario: Mr. A, an executive, travels extensively for business. Understanding the criteria for determining residential status is crucial to assessing if he qualifies as a resident or non-resident. NRI with global income. Scenario: Ms. B, an NRI, has income sources in India and abroad. Knowing the implications of her residential status helps in the proper disclosure of global income and compliance with tax regulations. Foreign nationals employed in India. Scenario: Foreign nationals employed in India need to consider specific criteria to determine their residential status. This understanding is vital for compliance with Indian tax laws. Understanding residential status is foundational for tax compliance and planning. It ensures individuals align with the correct tax obligations based on their presence and income sources, making the tax system fair and effective. Basis of charge. Unraveling the taxable nexus, understanding the foundation of tax liability. The basis of the charge is a fundamental concept in income tax laws, elucidating the circumstances under which an individual becomes liable to pay tax. Key aspects include income sources. The basis of charge is rooted in the various sources of income, such as salary, business profits, capital gains, and more. Understanding these sources is essential for accurate tax assessment. Residential status influence. Residential status significantly impacts the basis of charge. Residents are taxed on global income, while non-residents have a tax liability limited to income earned in India. The foundation of tax liability is intricately linked to one's residential status. Legal framework. The Income Tax Act of 1961 provides the legal foundation for the basis of charge. Sections detailing the computation of total income and determining tax liability form the core of this framework. Evaluating the scope of taxation based on residential status. The scope of taxation varies for residents and non-residents, emphasizing the importance of understanding one's residential status. Key considerations include global income taxation. Residents need to consider their global income for taxation purposes. This involves comprehensive disclosure of income earned both in India and abroad. Income exemptions and deductions. The basis of charge extends to exemptions and deductions available under the Income Tax Act. Residents and non-residents may have different allowances, necessitating a clear understanding of the applicable provisions. Tax planning implications. Knowledge of the basis of charge is instrumental in effective tax planning. It allows individuals to structure their finances in a way that aligns with the legal framework, optimizing tax benefits. Examples of basis of charge scenarios. resident with diverse income sources. Scenario: Mr. A, a resident with income from salary, business, and capital gains, needs to understand how the basis of charge applies to each income source for comprehensive tax planning. Non-resident with Indian income. Scenario: Ms. B, a non-resident with income generated in India, assesses the basis of charge applicable to her Indian income, considering the specific provisions for non-residents. Impact of residential status change. Scenario: Mr. C, who was a non-resident earlier but became a resident, navigates the implications of this change based on charge, recognizing the shift in his tax obligations. Understanding the basis of charge is pivotal for taxpayers, ensuring compliance with tax laws and facilitating strategic financial planning aligned with the tax framework. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share it with others who may benefit, and consider subscribing for more valuable legal insights.